I'm gonna show you how I would produce a song for LANY. Let's do it. So I am going absolutely ham on this percussion here. I have probably 14 layers of just random little bleepy bloopies I'm doing. These 4 are kind of just like perc loops. One of them's got a little clap. And then I put up an 808 kit from Ableton, which actually sounds really great. And I have multiple layers of that, and I'm just kind of like playing stuff on the keyboard. So they use this snare in some of their music, and it's this like gated 80s snare. Sounds so fucking good. I have a LIN kick that I kind of rolled some high end off of. And then I have this like actually a 909 crash. So they're basically using this really fat low end synth for their bass. And then what I did is I added something called a chorus. This isn't like a normal chorus. This one's kind of just widening everything, called Studio D. But you're mostly wanting the bass in this to be very subby, not very like fizzy. I've got a little bit in there so it cuts through, but it's mostly just low end. And then for the keys, I'm using it's called an electric piano. And they use these a lot, and this one's kind of like moving back and forth. It's this plugin, it's that patch. And then I have it playing the same thing, but with just a normal grand piano. And then with those together. And then another thing I have playing the same exact chords is this Juno synth. Very brassy. And then I've got this lead line that I played. Very plucky. This patch from Omnisphere is called LA Synth Guitar, which is pretty on brand, I would say. And then they have this like vocal motif that they use in a lot of their songs that I just feel like I had to put in here. So I just tracked myself like 10 different times singing this part. Kind of sounds like him a little bit. Now we're pretty much there with the production, but we're gonna add a couple guitars. I have this setting on my reverb pedal. It's called Cloud, and it's just so massive. So after the reverb and after the delay, I have a chorus on there. This is without it. And this is with it. And then the last 2 things I'm adding are just these guitar plucks. Then I have one that's like higher up here that's just playing these 2 notes. And this is what everything sounds like together.